My novel, Frankenstein stands as a timeless exploration of justice and ethics, delving into the moral dilemmas that have perplexed humanity for centuries. These themes remain as relevant today as they were in the 19th century, reflecting the enduring nature of human concerns about right and wrong. Through the tragic tale of Victor Frankenstein and his creation, the novel delves into the complexities of human ambition, the thirst for knowledge, and the ethical boundaries that are often crossed in the pursuit of greatness. The consequences of unchecked scientific endeavor are laid bare, revealing the potential for both incredible advancements and devastating repercussions. At its core, the novel questions the very essence of what it means to be human, exploring themes of creation, responsibility, and the inherent value of life. The pursuit of knowledge, a fundamental aspect of human nature, takes center stage in Frankenstein. Victor, driven by a relentless thirst for discovery, unlocks the secrets of life itself. His groundbreaking achievement, however, comes at a great cost. Victor's triumph quickly descends into horror as he confronts the monstrous consequences of his actions. His creation, intended to be a marvel of scientific achievement, becomes a source of terror and regret. This pivotal moment marks the beginning of a haunting exploration of ethical boundaries and the dangers of unchecked ambition. Victor's initial excitement and pride give way to fear and guilt as he realizes the full extent of his responsibility. The creature born from Victor's hubris becomes a tragic figure yearning for acceptance and understanding. His eloquent narrative challenges readers to confront their own perceptions of monstrosity and to question whether true evil resides in physical appearance or in the actions we take. Rejected by society for his grotesque appearance, the creature embodies the consequences of prejudice and fear. His suffering and isolation highlight the profound impact of societal rejection and the human need for connection and empathy. As the narrative unfolds, the lines between victim and villain blur. Victor, consumed by guilt and fear, abandons his creation to a cruel fate, setting in motion a chain of events that leads to murder, despair, and ultimately the destruction of both creator and creation. This act of negligence and abandonment underscores the profound responsibilities that accompany scientific progress. Victor's failure to foresee the consequences of his actions serves as a cautionary tale about the ethical implications of our choices. The creature's eloquent narrative and tragic fate compel readers to reflect on their own ethical beliefs and the impact of their actions on others. The novel's exploration of justice and ethics remains a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy, responsibility, and the pursuit of knowledge with caution and humility. As the story reaches its climax, the tragic interplay between Victor and his creation forces us to confront the ethical implications of our choices and the profound responsibilities that accompany scientific progress. The novel's enduring relevance lies in its ability to provoke thought and discussion about the moral dilemmas that continue to shape our world. It serves as a timeless exploration of the human condition, urging us to consider the consequences of our actions and the ethical boundaries we must navigate in our pursuit of knowledge and progress. Through the tragic tale of Victor Frankenstein and his creation, Frankenstein compels us to confront the ethical implications of our choices and the profound responsibilities that accompany scientific progress. The novel's exploration of justice and ethics remains a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy, responsibility, and the pursuit of knowledge with caution and humility. Through this tragic interplay, Frankenstein compels us to confront the ethical implications of our choices and the profound responsibilities that accompany scientific progress. The novel's enduring relevance lies in its ability to provoke thought and discussion about the moral dilemmas that continue to shape our world. It serves as a timeless exploration of the human condition, urging us to consider the consequences of our actions and the ethical boundaries we must navigate in our pursuit of knowledge and progress. The pursuit of justice emerges as a driving force within the narrative of Mary Shelley's. This theme is intricately woven into the fabric of the story, influencing the actions and fates of the characters in profound ways. The novel does not shy away from exposing the flaws and inconsistencies inherent in human systems of judgment. Shelley meticulously crafts scenarios that reveal the precarious balance between justice and injustice, often tipping towards the latter due to human fallibility. Through a series of tragic events, Shelley unveils the precarious nature of justice, often swayed by prejudice, fear, and a lack of empathy. The legal proceedings depicted in the novel serve as a microcosm of the broader societal issues, reflecting the inherent biases and limitations of the judicial system. One of the most poignant examples is the trial of Justine Moritz, a young woman falsely accused of murder. Her trial is a stark illustration of how circumstantial evidence and societal biases can lead to wrongful convictions. The emotional reactions of the courtroom audience, the stern demeanor of the judge, and the shadowy figures in the background all contribute to the atmosphere of tension and injustice. The creature, despite his grotesque appearance, exhibits a capacity for compassion and understanding that surpasses that of his creator. This juxtaposition serves to highlight the superficiality of societal judgments based solely on appearance. The creature's outstretched hands and the empathetic expressions of those who see beyond his exterior underscore the novel's critique of superficial judgment. He is judged solely on his outward form, deemed monstrous without a chance to prove his inherent worth. This harsh judgment reflects the broader societal tendency to ostracize those who are different without understanding their true nature or potential. This stark contrast highlights the dangers of superficial judgment and the ease with which society can condemn based on appearances. The scenes of people pointing and judging, the courtroom with a person in the dock, and historical trial depictions all serve to reinforce this theme. The legal system, often perceived as a bastion of fairness and objectivity, is portrayed as fallible and susceptible to manipulation. The broken scales of justice and the intense expressions in the courtroom scenes emphasize the fragility of the system and the ease with which it can be corrupted. The trial of Justine Moritz, a young woman falsely accused of murder, exposes the limitations of human justice. Her case is a poignant reminder of how easily the scales of justice can be tipped by prejudice and fear. The emotional reactions in the courtroom, the judge pronouncing the sentence, and the young woman's despair all serve to highlight the tragic consequences of a flawed system. Circumstantial evidence coupled with societal biases leads to her wrongful conviction, demonstrating the fragility of due process and the devastating consequences of prejudice. The presentation of evidence, the gavel striking, and the concerned faces in the courtroom all underscore the tension and the high stakes involved in the pursuit of justice. Through these harrowing experiences, Shelley challenges readers to confront the complexities of justice. She compels us to look beyond surface appearances, to question our own biases, and to advocate for a system of justice that is truly equitable and compassionate. The novel serves as a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice requires constant vigilance and a commitment to truth, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. The thoughtful faces, the deep discussions, and the reading of historical law books all symbolize the ongoing quest for a more just and empathetic society. In conclusion, is not just a tale of horror and science gone awry, it is a profound commentary on the human condition and the societal structures that govern our lives. It urges us to reflect on our own systems of justice and to strive for a world where empathy and understanding prevail over prejudice and fear. The novel serves as a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice requires constant vigilance and a commitment to truth, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. The thoughtful judge, the scales of justice, and the historical marches for justice all serve as powerful symbols of this enduring struggle. The trial of Justine Moritz stands as a pivotal moment in the narrative of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, a chilling example of justice gone astray. Accused of murdering William, Victor's younger brother, Justine becomes a victim of circumstance and societal prejudice. Her trial is not just a legal proceeding, but a reflection of the fears and biases of the society she lives in. The courtroom is filled with accusatory gazes, each one a silent verdict against her. The atmosphere is thick with tension, as if the walls themselves are closing in on Justine. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of due process and the devastating consequences of unchecked assumptions. The trial is a microcosm of a society quick to judge and slow to understand. Justine, a young woman of impeccable character, finds herself entangled in a web of suspicion solely due to her proximity to the crime. The evidence against her is entirely circumstantial, relying on flimsy connections and the interpretations of those who view her with suspicion. The gavel strikes, and with each hit, her fate seems more and more sealed. The discovery of a locket, a seemingly damning piece of evidence, seals her fate. This locket, found in her possession, is enough to convince the court of her guilt. Despite her innocence, Justine is unable to overcome the weight of societal expectations and the fear that surrounds the creature's existence. Her calm demeanor, mistaken for indifference, further condemns her in the eyes of those eager to find a scapegoat. The jury, influenced by the emotional testimonies and the palpable fear in the room, deliberates with a heavy bias. They are not just deciding Justine's fate, but are also influenced by the collective fear of the unknown, the creature that lurks in the shadows of their minds. The evidence presented is thin, yet the desire for a quick resolution to their fears outweighs the need for true justice. The locket, a small piece of jewelry, becomes a symbol of her supposed guilt. It is presented in court with dramatic flair, as if it alone could tell the story of the crime. The court, blinded by fear and prejudice, fails to see the truth, ultimately condemning an innocent woman to death. The tragedy of Justine's trial extends beyond her individual fate. It exposes the systemic flaws within the justice system, highlighting the dangers of relying solely on circumstantial evidence and the ease with which societal biases can influence legal proceedings. Justine's trial is a cautionary tale, urging readers to critically examine the systems of justice that govern our lives and to advocate for fairness and equity for all. Her story is a poignant reminder that justice must be more than a mere formality, it must be a true quest for truth. The calm demeanor of Justine, which should have been seen as a sign of her innocence, is instead interpreted as indifference. This misinterpretation is a testament to the court's eagerness to find a culprit, any culprit, to quell their fears. The judge, the jury, and the spectators are all complicit in this miscarriage of justice, driven by their own insecurities and the societal pressures that demand a swift resolution. The judge's gavel comes down with a finality that echoes through the courtroom. The sentence is passed, and with it, the hopes of an innocent woman are dashed. The court, in its blind pursuit of justice, has failed to see the truth. Justine's condemnation is not just a personal tragedy, but a societal one, reflecting the deep-seated flaws in the judicial system of the time. The aftermath of the trial is a somber reflection of the impact of such a miscarriage of justice. The emotional reactions in the courtroom, the tears, the silent despair, all paint a picture of a community grappling with the consequences of their actions. The trial of Justine Moritz is a powerful narrative that forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about our own systems of justice. It serves as a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice must be vigilant and unwavering, free from the taint of prejudice and fear. The systemic flaws exposed in Justine's trial are not just relics of the past, but are issues that continue to plague modern judicial systems. Her story is a call to action, urging us to strive for a more equitable and just society. Justine Moritz's trial is more than a historical event. It is a cautionary tale that transcends time. It challenges us to critically examine the legal systems that govern our lives and to advocate for fairness and equity for all. Her story is a poignant reminder that true justice requires more than just a courtroom. It requires a society committed to the principles of fairness, empathy, and truth.